Hi, so this is the video all about the semester-long project. Huge thing here. If you are in both the class and the lab, these are two different projects. And I'm specifying that because so many times people get all kinds of confused. And when they're answering things about their semester-long project, which is individual, they start talking about their group. Please, please, please remember these are totally different things. Your semester-long project, I am about to share the screen so we can discuss it. Hit the wrong button, sorry. Bright green and I still miss it. Okay, so right here, this is your course. You should have already seen this in the intro, welcome, syllabus video, whatever it's all called. But this is your course. This is the lab. It says lab, and you see the windmills and stuff. Over here, you see semester-long project. If you click on semester-long project, it has a lot of info. So I'm just going to go here so we can see it all at once. So semester-long project. This is a discussion board, so you can just pop up on the discussion and throw out a question if you have it. This is a way where you can discuss things with the class. So you're like, oh my gosh, I'm having some trouble. You can just shoot it out here. Semester-long project video, that's this right here, what I'm doing right now. So if you've already watched this is just a way to go back to it if you want to. Grading rubric, beginning, and then this stuff. So here we go. We're going to talk about this. The semester-long project, I realized, do I have a document for it? I do. I should also put this over in the other one, shouldn't I? That would make sense. So semester-long project, we're starting here in important papers and such. So important papers and such, semester-long project. If you click this, it brings you here. This, a lot of words, I understand, but I'm letting you know you're supposed to be doing this over the entire semester. I just blanked on the word semester. You are going to be looking at and considering stuff about what's happening in the world and how it affects people having to move, have to leave, migration. So this will be emigration and immigration. So this is talking about that stuff. If you go forward to this one, this is it all written up in a nice PDF. This is almost identical to what you just saw in that last thing, but it goes a little more in depth. So here, you are going to put, you're going to pick a location or locations and track data. Last summer, there were a whole lot of places on fire. Probably going to happen again. I'm going to use one as an example. Alaska had a lot of fires. Canada had a bunch of fires. So both of these areas had where entire areas were in flames and people had to leave there and move in somewhere else. We also have various countries where the country is having issues, whether it's because of the rising sea levels and the indigenous people who live along the coast literally don't have anywhere to live anymore because the coast is disappearing, or it could be droughts, or it could be floods. But if you take a look, so many different countries have reasons why people are either having to leave or people are moving in. That's what this entire project is about. You have to pick a location and research it, keep track of it, keep track of the temperature, the environment of what's happening. So like the weather conditions. And yes, temperature and weather are two different things. Climate is different than weather. There's actually a lab about that later in the term. You have to keep track of this and come up with ideas of why you think people are leaving this area or coming to this area. My personal preference is finding a place where a lot of people are leaving and where they're going to and what's happening to where they're going to. I find that the most fascinating. I like to see how it's affecting both sides, but it's up to you. If you look at only why people are leaving, that's fine. You are looking at environmental reasons of immigration and emigration. You're going to be collecting data. You're going to be collecting population numbers, the temperature, fires, floods, that kind of stuff. You are to keep up with this the entire term. You've got a lot of info. This is just telling you the quick basics, and I'm coming back to this in another one. But the big thing is you have to remember this is science. This is not politics. This is not a place to say we need stricter immigration laws or we need fewer immigration laws. We need walls. We don't need walls. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing. It has nothing to do with being Republican or Democrat. It has nothing to do with being American or non-American. This is environment. We are looking at why, not economics, but why people might have to leave or why they choose to go somewhere, about environmental issues. Do a lot of these lead into economics? Oh, heck yeah. Because if you have an area where there's a massive drought and they have zero agriculture because of this, everyone's going to die. So yes, that would be part, but anyway, that's this. And then I'm going back over here because I want to show you the rubric. I have a grading rubric. This is totally how the entire thing is going to be graded. So anything you want to see, all of it right here. As you're writing your paper, make sure to take a look at this. We will be coming back where we talk about graphs throughout the term, and the percentages we will talk about throughout the term. You will actually have to discuss the whole critical thinking stuff. We have a lab about critical thinking right here. Did you learn anything? Oh yeah, that's a big one right there. So your grading rubric is right here. And then the last part I'm going to talk, oh, well, not the last part. These are 3 hyperlinks that might help give you some ideas. You don't have to use these, but some people are like, well, what about the population? How do I know that? So these are just some links that might help you, but that's entirely up to you. The semester-long project beginning, this is 1/4 of the entire grade. So you want to do this. This opens the first day of the term, and you have 2 weeks to do it. So this will lock the second Friday at 10 p.m. You need to tell me basically what area are you looking at? How are you going to collect this? Like, are you doing just, well, I wouldn't recommend doing just the temperature, but I highly suggest you do temperature. Temperature, weather, number of people. Are you going to keep track of number of fires, floods, that kind of stuff? You have to show me that you've put in some thought about what you're going to do. And please notice where this word think is in capital letters. And right here again, I say really think. That means think. It's what is in your head right now before you look at anything. This is key. I need to know your mind frame at the very beginning before you start any research at all. Because this is how, with your final project, I get to see whether or not you really did learn anything. Or if you're like, this is what I think, and there you go. I need to be able to see how much you grow basically throughout the term. So I need to know what you actually think right off the bat before you research. So this semester-long project, the beginning, literally it's what is in your head right now. So that is pretty much it. I believe it is due week 16. Yep, it is due week 16 is where you are turning it in. And so there you go. That is the entire semester-long project. It is individual. It is just you working on it. And you will have to document absolutely everything. You are going to be collecting a lot of information throughout the term. And we will have some checkpoints throughout the semester to hopefully help keep you on track. So that is it. If you have questions, shoot me a message. Peace out.